up, guys? This is Adon here with Yu-Gi-Oh Gaming Channel, back with another deck profile for you guys. My bro coming to what place and what deck you use today?
First, luckily, first place ever. Running Mitsu Ryzeal. It's beyond try hard, but I love it. We'll talk about it more when we go into why, but
Yeah, let's get into it then.
yeah. We'll go main deck first with what we're rolling with. We're running 2 swords because we have to, 2 ice because we have to, 2 X, running 1 star, 1 node, and a cross. I know we're a little slanted. Let's straighten them out. Obviously, these are limited now, so we have to run these 3 limited, unfortunately. But they're really good. They needed to be hit. It's ridiculous. I love the cross. Cross is great. You get the shuffle back, the draw. It's phenomenal. We get the monster negate on the resolution. I love Node. Node was low-key an MVP today for me because we're dumping stuff with X. We're making XZs, whether it's King of the Feral Imps or any other thing we got in there. We're making it. We're getting a free body. Star was incredible too, because a lot of the times I was getting Star on my 4th and or 5th summon. We're putting it face down. We're keeping Cross out there. We have the nib protection live. It's great. And Star just looks phenomenal in the secret rare. It's amazing. I remember telling my boys Posy and Josh, all the guys we hang out with, Porsche, that when Ryzeal was announced the OCG, I fell in love with it because they look super cool. They're like mini Gundams. Like, their arts are great.
Bro, nice.
I fell in love with them. They're like Transformers too, which I love. Detonators are best art in Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, maybe besides Mitsurugi stuff, but yeah, that's what we're saying. I honestly am not upset opening up any of these 6 in hand. We did open up Star once yesterday. Yesterday at Pink Elephant, we went 3-1 and finished 4th. We played some really good matches, really good guys there. Lost to Malice there. Today we played against Blackwing, my boy Paz, who's a freak. Man behind the camera, finally got the monkey off my back, beating him there. And then we played against Exodia. Shane ran some Exodia stuff. It's crazy. And then we played Malice, Ignister against Ian in the last round. And phenomenal duelist all the way. It was sweats. It was 3 games all the way through. And Star was great. They were all great. So, yep, running 2 of each. They're limited. Star, Node, Cross. That's all we're running for the Ryzeal stuff. We do have honorary Ryzeal cards if you want to call them later, but that's what we're doing for the Ryzeal stuff. Pretty standard ratio, I say, at this point in the game. For some of the Mitsu stuff, we run 1 Saji, 1 Aramasa, 1 Kusanagi. These are phenomenal, honorary, Mitsurugi, Night Sword Serpent. Didn't come up today, actually. Really good, get to use them in graveyard, pull them back out, it's a free body. Aramasa is phenomenal. We get to add a Mitsurugi card. We get to add the Mitsurugi spell trap on Saji, and we get to add Mitsurugi card from banishment or graveyard. Phenomenal. Saji is what we're going for off of Habakiri's effect. We're trying to get Saji out as quickly as we can, because a lot of times we only get 1 search with Droll. Droll kills this deck hard. Hopefully we can get Ritual, and we can kind of go from there to do some more stuff. For the big Mitsurugi boys, we are running 1 Murakumo. Experimented with 2 online. I like it with 2, but 1 has been feeling really well because I don't want to draw him because he would be a brick. Because we run 3 Habakiri. Habakiri is great. Activate it, reveal it once a duel, special summon a Mitsurugi monster, and then tribute it. It's great with Saji. You go here, tribute, add the Mitsurugi spell or trap. We're going prayers or we're going ritual, depending on kind of what we drew in our hand. But I think these are relatively standard, running these at 1 apiece with a Night Sword Serpent. Got to play him at 3, in my opinion. You want to see him. He's great to open up. And then I really love Murakumo. I mean, you get the Omni Negate. You get to rip a card from their hand potentially, and you get the Geki when he comes back. So, super underrated card in my opinion. I know he's phenomenal and people love him, but he's good, man. That's the Mitsu monsters there. Again, Mitsurugi stuff, I think they're super cool. Like, they're fun to play. I played against a pure Mitsu deck last night, and man, I had a blast. Like, it was so fun to play against. Ricky was playing it. Some of the Mitsu stuff, we do run 1 Mirror, 1 Ritual, which that's been an interesting one. I like playing it at 1 because we can search it pretty quick. If I'm worried we have Droll and we're prayersing in, we want to prayers and draw, we'll get the Saji out and then we just can add it in draw. This way we can avoid the Droll there. We get another search later on. I do run 1 great Mitsurugi Great Purification. Phenomenal Omnigate. Came up like probably 4 times today and like 3 times last night.
Cooking people with that.
Man, you tribute Murakumo, use Murakumo's effect, get him to rip a card, you flip it, tribute Murakumo comes back for a Geki. Man, it's great. Another MVP of the deck. 3 prayers. I mean, it's prayers, man. Activate it in draw phase. You get your search. Yeah, prayers is great.
Pretty safe.
It's such a good card, man. That's all we got for the Mitsu stuff. Kind of going into non-engine / stuff you got to play. Droplet was such a good card today. I can't tell you how many times I drew 2 Droplet today. And we go draw, we go prayers, and then we Droplet right after. And we're sending prayers, and then we're bouncing stuff going second and negating. And it was, Droplet's Droplet. I love running it at 3. It wasn't a brick for me. I'm sure it would be in the future. It probably will at some point. Everything's a brick. Droplet, man, clutch today. 2 nib.
In the main?
In the main.
Yo.
Yes, because ideally I get a gallon granite and I can search it. Working on it. We got to get it first. Extra deck's super tight right now. I don't typically get a 3rd XZ summon because I don't want to overextend too much. I like to have something in hand to come back with. The Mitsurugi stuff does have really good recursion, but I like to have a little bit in hand just in case we do get to a next turn. Yeah, we run the 2 nib. It's 2. I think we're sitting at 44 or 43 cards, so it's a little baried in there.
That ain't bad.
The best hand trap in the format that's not a Mulcharmy, in my opinion, is Droll. Like,
I don't know. Impulse kind of sick.
okay, not a $75 hand trap. I mean, goodness gracious, man, Droll Knockbird was clutch. Playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal shuts the deck down. If you can't beat him, join him. It worked really well playing into the live Twin Kiss a Kill Sprites decks. Played decent into Exodia. Played decent into Malice. Like, I don't think there's a bad way to play Droll and Lockbird right now. This is one I've debated cutting down a little bit, is Ash. It's weird. We got to put the feet Ash for my boy. The thing about Ash, I don't feel like Ash is super good right now, especially into Malice, because Malice has a lot of setting and summoning. You can hurt them a little bit. Actually, it proved in our game 3 that Ash did hurt him a little bit. I mean, it's Ash. Ash is good into pretty much anything.
Generic.
I feel like right now against a lot of the meta stuff, it's not super duper good in my opinion. So I might contemplate cutting her down to 2, but I got to experiment a little bit more because it's still nice to draw Ash. Unless you draw 2 off a Charmy, which that sucks. But
that's always a plus.
Yeah. Now into the big boys. I mean, we're running 3 Fuwa in the main. I think you have to.
I mean, this format, yeah, bro.
I mean, you have to. I mean, it's good. Like, you're just pumping cards out, man. And Fu is just, it's good. Like, I don't think I need to explain much more about Fu.
Card is broken.
Some other just good cards we run. We actually run 2 pre-preparation of rights.
Just 2?
Just 2. We got a 3rd in the side. It was tight. When I was counting this morning, mid some stuff around, we had 46 cards, and I was like, brother, I don't want to run 46.
Yeah.
I know my boy likes to run 45. You draw 5, you got a 40 card deck. It's good. We can search Mirror, we can search Habakiri, we can search Murakumo, we can search Futsuno. We do all of those, but pre-preps, not bad. It's kind of like a lightning rod in my opinion. I try to get it out there, get an Ash, get a something, unless you run into a Droll, which
definitely
it'll happen.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bait card. It's not the first one I go for. Called by the Grave. Droll kills me. Ash can hurt a little bit. Veiler, all that stuff. Like, I want it out. 1 Bonfire. We can search Star, we can search X, we can search Ice. I mean, we just can't run into 3. It shouldn't have been a 3 to begin with. It should have been limited a long time ago.
You got me with that grave.
1 Pot of Prosperity. Just an extra bit of draw. Just a little bit of consistency. Hopefully we can grab just to see more cards. Play a mental game with our opponent a little bit. Because there is stuff we dump in the extra deck that I'm not too worried about seeing. There's about 4 cards I don't really care about too much in there. And depending on what we have, we dump some other stuff, which we'll talk about that in a second. The last 2 cards, my honorary Ryzeal cards, 7th Ascension, 7th Tachyon. I think they speak for themselves. I mean, I mean, you get a 7th Ascension, you go search Tachyon, you Tachyon reveal 104, spoiler, it's in there, and there's your Ice or your Star, your X, and you just kind of go from there. Another great bait card, honestly. It's a $50 bait card. That's the main. It feels nice. It felt smooth. It didn't feel too terribly bricky. I'd say out of the 12 games we played today, because we went to third game in all of them, so it was a phenomenal day, phenomenal games. I think maybe I had 1 or 2 bricks in my hand at most, and if I did, it was going second. So like I won't really complain about that too much. We'll put Habakiri up front because that card's ridiculous. I don't know why they printed that card with that effect. We'll go extra deck. Dynamondo, IP, SP, Unicorn. Decently standard stuff. IP, a lot of people run. SP is good. Unicorns get something off the field. Dynamondo recycles your Murakumo if you need to get the Raigeki effect and you don't have anything to tribute him with. Honestly, if I get pot and I have Great Mitsurugi Purification, I'm just putting these 4 face down and I'm declaring 6 and finding 2 more. I mean, realistically, I don't link a whole lot into it in this deck because we don't, like, a lot of times we get locked out of it too, especially with, I think it's X Ryzeal, we get locked out of it. So it's just fodder for prosperity, unless we're playing the Mitsurugi stuff. Masquerade Tachyon Searcher, good card. We search it, we declare it searched off Tachyon. Speaking of Tachyon, Drake-Luxian. We can get Murakumo, Habakiri, Futsuno, get them out there, make a rank 8. Ideally, I keep Purple Ritual, Murakumo out there. I don't want him to be material. That's a card I want open and out. But if we absolutely need to see a Ryzeal name and we feel like we could do this, get Tachyon, and just try to build our detonator board. Pretty standard stuff. We got to run King of the Fairlamps. I mean, you got to run your... I actually didn't really summon it a whole lot today because luckily we had a lot of Habakiri. We had a lot of Saji, we had a lot of prayers, rituals. Like it was a good day for Mitsurugi stuff. The hands were definitely in my favor today, which, you know, the luck in it, I guess. King of the Fairlamps, good card. Dugaris. I need to probably summon Dugaris more. Personally, I don't summon Dugaris a whole lot. I did use Dugaris' draw effect today, which did help me draw into Alancia against Ian in round 2 against Malice. So Dugaris was great. We didn't need the draw. We had enough cards in hand. Dugaris was great. If I feel like the game's going a certain way, we will dump Dugaris too. I'll dump Drake-Luxian too with pot. It just kind of depends on how I feel about that.
I remember that.
I mean, Aggregator. I don't know if we need to say much more. I'm still stuck to my pure Ryzeal ways, dumping that first instead of dumping Eclipse Twins, but Aggregator is just really good. You get an Imperm on the field and then attach it to Detonator and do it again next turn. Never really sending him with pot. It's mainly Drake-Luxian and maybe Dugaris, which are ridiculously good pot targets. An unsung MVP, Starleaf Photon Blast Dragon. You make it, XE Summon card. Your opponent cannot target monsters 2,000 attack or more with card effects, and they can't be destroyed by battle. So it's a great way to protect Duo Drive, great way to protect Detonator, and it's not just Xyz monsters. You can protect Habakiri, you can protect Murakumo, and especially if you have Detonator, Duo Drive with 2 materials, you can make his attack 2,000, and he falls under that too. So you can have a really good blanket protection. If we can get a third XZ summon, that's the one I'm going for 95% of the time, especially going first, just to try to protect my board. Again, pure Ryzeal haunts me sometimes. 2 Eclipse Twins. A lot of the times with X, if we're not sending Aggregator, we're sending Eclipse Twins. It's phenomenal, attached to Detonator. If we're moving stuff, whether we're tributing or we're using Node to pump them away or we're special summoning Ice, it puts the rank 4s in the graveyard. We can use Eclipse Twins when it's live and then get something else back out. It's just a really good card. Ryzeal. Running 2 Duo Drive, standard ratio for Duo in my opinion, and we have to run the 1 Detonator. Another card that shouldn't have been printed the way that it is. Should be a once per turn, it shouldn't be anytime you want it. Phenomenal art. I don't think I need to speak too much on them. They're just good cards. I mean, it's Ryzeal. You need to play them. They're must-haves. I've seen people run 1 Duo, to be honest. Sometimes I will send it with X just to attach it, but it's just if we have no other kind of option. It's weird. It's super situational. Extra deck. I think it's pretty on par, minus a couple things. You could probably do something else with the link package and put more level 4s. I don't run Daigostu Emerald. I thought about it. I don't see a need for it personally for me. I want to run Galleon Granite just to have, if I do have to get a third XZ summon, and I know I'm playing into like a Blue Eyes or somebody that's summoning quick, I don't mind having Nib and then putting Detonator, Duo Drive, you know, Habakiri and Murakumo in the graveyard because we're tributing. Then we can just bring them. Side deck. you have to side deck this in this format. I should be running 3, but we have 2 Lancia. The Drytron player in me loves it because Benton searches Lancia, so I play Drytron. I want to play Malice.
This man is running 2.
I need to run 3. I saw him once today.
Right. I played into the Fua.
Oh
Yep,
no!
you played into the Fua.
Yo.
We run 1 Pearlia, and you're asking why 1 Pearlia. We only own 1 Pearlia, that's why.
That's fair.
2 Meows, same thing. We only have 2 Meows. We did get to play Meows. We had a funny moment because he and I are boys. We went Fua, waited for it, and then I went Meows backwards to how I should have done it. And he asked the Meows, but good card. I mean, these 4 here are what I sided in against Malice. I mean, it's Malice. Sometimes they're generic. Sometimes you can just end the turn right there. There's the 3rd Imperm. Put him in the side because I don't want to muddy it too much. Here's Futsuno. I had him main last night. I wasn't ever really summoning him but once. He's super specific when it comes to getting bodies out on the board. I say super when you special summon, and now that's all we do in Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays. I have him there. I don't really use him a whole lot. But if I feel like, man, I need to be able to get Tachyon quicker because I'm not playing Ryzeal. Sometimes it's just that day. Then I'll put him in there, and I mean, you can get him whether you're playing Mirror or you're playing Ritual or you're playing Great Purification. Good card too. He's a big boy. He's got a big butt, 3,400. We'll go here first. 1 Talents because it's limited. 2 Thrust. Pretty standard. Duster, Thrust Target. Thrust Target. There's our 3rd pre-prep. And then we run evenly in D Barrier.
Man, that's pretty generic, bro.
I mean, that's our Thrust Targets, Talents, and it's fun. It's a fun deck. It's sweaty. I didn't know it was going to be that sweaty.
Bro, what you mean you didn't know? It was
Well,
gonna be
in my defense,
sweaty?
I asked Ian. I told him, I said, man, I got to try. I'm going to be trying.
He
right
already
now.
knew it was sweaty.
And
He
goes,
just, yeah,
and
you
he goes,
know it.
He goes, no, dude,
yeah,
the format's
no problem.
super
No way.
diverse. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll play it. And then it was like, dude, you're playing the best deck in the format.
Bro, that's the best deck, man. Thank you again for the deck profile, bro.
Oh, dude, it's fun. Appreciate Anon. Shane played a great game. Always fun to play Shane. Hadn't played him in a really long time. My boy Porsche, Kyle Lewis back here, Pokey Bros, and Marcus, where I started playing Drytron the very first time. Yeah. Rick and Pink Elephant and Jesse and all those guys. Kyle Shook for making me hate Malice even more than I already do. Homeboy Ian playing, always willing to talk and pause, and so many people. I want to get more stuff out on Bricked Up Gaming. That'd be cool.
Bro, man, and shout out to Bricked Up Gaming.
We need to
Y'all
get
know to
stuff
get
more
on it.
out there, but Mitsurugi Ryzeal, it's fun. First place we got. Couldn't have done it without everybody else. Appreciate it.
All right, bro. Thank you again for that deck profile. And with that, we'll catch them in the next one. Peace.